Hey guys, GameBoy3800 here once again for a little bit of a different video. This is not a benchmark review because this computer cannot run the standard benchmark, but it is a computer I had to take a look at. This is the NEC LaVie 800. It's a pretty tiny little 14-inch machine. But let me tell you, it is the densest machine I have. It's so heavy, it's like 8 pounds almost, like 3.7 kilos. For a 14-inch old laptop like this, it's actually insane. It weighs almost as much as a gigantic 17-inch Pentium 4 Fujitsu. It's really insane, actually. It really is. It's so heavy. Did you hear that thud? Let's go ahead and power it on. It does work. It's got the original hard drive, actually, so that's cool. It's all Japanese, but once we get into Windows, it's English. It's got the original 20 gig hard drive, which is cool. And I guess I can give you a little bit of a tour as it's loading up. You can see the keyboard. It's got Japanese legends all over it. Left side has a DVD and floppy. The back has all of our ports. And look at the twin cooling fans. They're separated by some ports. And the right side has just standard Firewire networking. It is a really cool little machine. And unfortunately it does show some age. The left speaker only works at like 45% volume. And the display, if you leave it sit for a while, it will start like having white pixels go across the bottom and the top up here. Really noticeable on a black background. But on the Windows background, it's actually pretty hard to see. As for the specs of this machine, 20 gig hard drive, original. It's got 640 megabytes of RAM. I think I can get it up to 1 gigabyte if I can find another 512 SD RAM card. And it's got an 800 megahertz AMD Duron CPU. So not very fast in today's terms, but for back then, it seems like it would have been pretty speedy. Now I think I could fit like a 1 or 1.3 gigahertz chip in here for an Athlon XP CPU, but I'm going to leave it as an AMD Duron because I don't want to ruin its vintage. It's so cool. It's so sleek looking too. It looks pretty cool to me. Rounded edges and all the bulk it's got inside. It's cool. You should be able to see the specs. And overall, it is just a very cool vintage laptop that I had to show you. I have another one coming up soon. That'll be after the Sony benchmark review. That'll be in a couple weeks, I guess, that you'll see it. It's an old Vigilant laptop, or however you say it. Some old British brand. The hinge is actually pretty loose, or like pretty easy to open. Open it up with one finger. And the display actually does hold open until like about that much. You can see the bottom label all in Japanese. I'm pretty sure this is like a Japan exclusive machine because of all the Japanese stuff on it. in the Japanese BIOS. There's a LaVie on the top. It actually barely says NEC on it. Got it on the bottom here, and doesn't have it on the front. Yeah, it's got a little NEC on the bottom of the screen there. Oh yes, you can tap the buttons up here to allow it to play audio CDs while the computer is off. That was a feature back then when CDs were being put in the laptops, or CD drives being put in the laptops. Cool machine, I had to show you. If you enjoyed, please do go ahead, leave a like, favorite, comment, share, and of course don't forget to subscribe as well. And I had to do this one more time. Ready for this bang? It's so heavy, it's insane. I'll see you all in the future.